What's up, YouTube? What's up? How y'all doing today? Y'all good? Y'all good, right? Alright, cool. What I wanted to talk about today is portrayal of disabled people in movies. Alright? So the reason this caught my attention is because, on Instagram, I was scrolling. You know how we usually do, we see stories like, wow, it's crazy. So the story caught my eye. Now Halle Berry, the beautiful woman that portrayed many characters back in the 90s, caught a lot of backlash because she was gonna take the role of somebody in portrayal of a transgender man. Now, as you may know, a transgender man is a man that was born a woman and felt like a man or felt like a boy and have went in the process of transitioning into a man. But then it made me think. I know y'all remember Glee. Well, he wasn't really in the chair. Well, should I be upset? Because should I feel some type of way? Because a lot of the movies and TV shows that have portrayal of disabled characters are not really disabled. What's so hard about having a disabled person play a disabled person in a movie instead of having somebody that doesn't know that role? It's not that hard. There's many people out there looking for the opportunity, So I'm gonna talk about the 3 movies how they wasn't portrayed by a person with a disability, and also that the story, how I felt about the storyline and how it could have been better, or just how it made me feel and how if I was offended by it or how it portrayed, and so I'm gonna start off. So the first movie I wanted to talk about was this movie that I seen, like I was like probably like 15, 14, but it wasn't really out there like that. It wasn't like a mainstream movie. It was basically like an independent type of film. But I knew the main character who was in it, Christina Ricci. She was in Casper, so I'm like, oh, this movie about to be like good. And I love the storyline. It was basically about a girl who's at a sorority. She met this guy that was physically challenged and mentally challenged too, and she was like kind of like helping care for him. I think it was. I'm trying to remember the storyline, but all I remember is like it was basically like she was popular, and her friends and her boyfriend that was ex-boyfriend that was a jock was judging her because she was dating this guy or she was being around this guy with a disability. So they would make fun of him and stuff like that. But like through the whole film, like I mean, I didn't really hit like I wasn't an adult yet, so I didn't really know certain things. But it was just like it was good to see that like she's helping this guy, she's with this guy. She doesn't care what her friends say or the popular people's or her mom saying. She's dating somebody that's disabled. Is cool. She's helping him out. He's like empowered because he wasn't trying to do anything before, like because he had physical therapy, and he was just basically in his chair all the time. And when she came around, he was just like more inspired. But what I didn't know is like when I looked the film up, you would think, I mean, he played the role pretty well. I thought like, oh, this is really probably a disabled character, and he's disabled in real life. And I'm thinking he's disabled in real life. And then when I looked him up, I'm like, this guy's not even disabled. Like, how he played the part so well. So the other film is The Upside. It's a movie with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. You might know Bryan Cranston. He's from Breaking Bad. That was my favorite show, like a couple of years ago. But it got canceled or finished or whatever. But And even in that show, Bryan Cranston's son in Breaking Bad really had a disability. He had cerebral palsy. Now, in the movie The Upside, it's basically about Kevin Hart becoming a caregiver to Bryan Cranston's character, who happens to be a quadriplegic, and he's a billionaire. And Kevin Hart is someone he's a parolee, so he's looking for someone to work for that can sign off, under good behavior and whatnot with being arrested. So that film was okay, but like another thing, like if you have somebody in a wheelchair in a movie and he's playing that role, I feel like they could get somebody in real life to play that role. I mean, Kevin Hart's he's a big celebrity. The movie could have carried off his role and brought in somebody that is not too well known, who's maybe starting off, to play that character of somebody who actually is disabled and to portray that character, because throughout the whole movie, he's in a lot of the films that come out, they're showing the transformation from being in actually walking before and then being in an accident. But then in this particular movie, throughout the whole movie, Bryan Cranston, he was in a motorized chair. He needed assistance with everything. It showed the process of Kevin Hart learning how to help him cope with his disability because he was depressed, and how to, he needed a lot of assistance. He couldn't do anything. Even from Kevin Hart, even helping him in his love life and trying to get him, to do more things. This movie, I wasn't really too fond of. I didn't like the storyline, nothing like that. It was, I don't know, it put you at a bad place. It just put the portrayal of disabled people at like a low point. Like, it was just, I don't like those type of movies. And the movie's called Me Before You. The movie title in itself says a lot. Paraplegic who got in an accident, a motorcycle accident. He got hit by a motorcycle, and after that, like he had a great life. He's rich. He got money. He was happily with his girlfriend, and then after his accident, everything just went downhill from there. He obviously broke up with his girlfriend. His girlfriend got with his best. He found out his girlfriend was engaged to his best friend. That put him at a low point, because he's like, I can't live life because I got a disability. I'm in a wheelchair. Like, it's not the same. He was an active man before. And so that put him, like, that just portrays someone like your life doesn't matter. Like, it is not worth living because you're in a situation. Now, there's many people who I know who transition from being able-bodied to being in a wheelchair now, who have lived life past the expectations they may have thought in a different way. It's not like life is not over. But my whole thing in that movie, the same thing with the other movies. It was somebody who played a disabled role. I didn't think he did too well in that role, but he played somebody with a disability. And like I said, like the other movies I'm saying, you can have somebody else play in that role. It doesn't have to, just because he's handsome and let's have this guy play the character. Let's get something that's realistic. It'd be good to have different type of stories. Like, why does it have to be like somebody being cared for that falls in love, or why does it have to be they want to commit suicide because they're at a different point in their life where they feel like, because they don't have the same active life now, that life is over. That's not putting this right mindset into people like me to watch these movies and think, my life is over. I can't do anything. I can't have a relationship. I can't have a career. And it's like the only people that are like mainly disabled in these movies are the characters if they're like wealthy. And not everybody that has a disability is always wealthy. Don't forget, even though you gotta put some more people with disabilities that are like, you know, of color or minority, because you know it's not a lot of people with disabilities that are represented that have are of color, you know. So I want to get that out there too. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I sound like I was ranting, but you know, I'm just saying how I feel. Like, I want to keep it real and, you know, say what might be in the mindset of others or other people might be thinking, but they're not saying. You know, I just want to keep it 100. So thank you.